this point, I'm making multiple six figures just as a content creator. Analytics, 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 and then record. Just hit record.
I started this channel because I know how hard it is to be a mom, build a brand, and make content. I'm Lorraine Kamesha, and I've turned making content into my full-time job. On this channel, I'll share coaching tips, my real lifestyle as a content creator, and honest recommendations for the tools and services that make it all possible. If you want to go full-time as a content creator too, subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly videos.
Okay, in this video, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I've gotten for my Facebook channel. So one of the things I'm adamant about is making sure that you guys have a place to learn. However, I post in a Facebook channel tips and tricks and content that I think is important for you to watch for your content creation journey, because I want to make sure that we're learning as a community. And when one person can come and inbox me and it only helps that one person, I feel like it's a waste, honestly. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time, because I'll guarantee you, if you have that question, somebody else has that question as well. So I do drop, usually on Mondays or Tuesdays earlier in the week, a prompt that you can ask your questions. So these questions today have come from that prompt. All right, the first question I have is from Jerry Cornell. When is the best time to post, edit videos, go live? I'm all over the place with my day. So I'm going to give you the best time to post. The short answer is that the best time to post for your channel is specific to your channel. So in the back in your analytics in, let's say, TikTok, for example, you can go and you can find your analytics and it'll tell you exactly when your audience, the people who are following you, are online. So if you want the best time to post, I would definitely start there and not really rely on, these people who say, oh, it's best to post first thing in the morning, or it's the best time to post at night. Like, you need to post when your audience is online. And to give you a little secret, your audience is going to be online when you're online. So if you're the type of person who posts first thing in the morning at 6 a.m. and you're consistently doing that, the majority of your audience is going to be online at 6 a.m. I would say that the best time to go live would be at the times where you would think people would be sitting and watching TV. Like, when do people normally watch their favorite shows? That's usually after work, after winding down, after dinner. When do they watch their, binge watch their favorite TV? Normally on the weekends or on Sundays. When are they listening for things that they can kind of watch, like long form content that they can watch while they're cleaning or while they're organizing? Those types of things. So really try to be like a human, because you are human, and think about when humans do things. And as far as editing videos, if you're not using a video editing service like I do for some of my projects, I do edit a lot, but I also use an editing service as well. Editing really just, the best time to do that is really just when it fits in your schedule. So I try to shoot my content all on maybe 1 or 2 days, or if I'm planning a big trip or something, going to Alaska, for example, I'm going to be filming that whole entire time, but I'm probably not going to be editing and posting while I'm there. So try to sit down and figure out when you can have a consistent time. Remember, consistency is the key above all else. I don't care what your analytics say. I don't care what the gurus say. I don't care what anybody says. Consistency trumps everything. So sit down and figure out when you can be consistent with filming or editing. And I'll tell you a secret. For me, somebody with ADD, also I have 3 kids that I'm keeping up with. That's not always every Monday or every Thursday. However, I like to do a planning day on Sundays where I get the entire house together, buy groceries, I clean out the refrigerator, I wash sheets, I do all the reset things, and I'll sit down and I'll plan. I'll look at my week and what I have planned, and I schedule my content days and my editing days and my posting days and creating drafts and all those things that I have to do. I'll mark those on my calendar like they're an appointment with myself, because it is. Okay, Maisha Langry has a question. In starting out, which sites do you recommend for posting across multiple platforms? Everything is subscription based and adds up. Yes, everything is subscription based and it does add up, which is why you need to be smart with the subscriptions that you start and actually use what you say you're going to use. My favorite subscription-based platform that I use to post across multiple platforms is called Repurpose.io. video. I'm going to drop a link for a free 14-day trial in the description to give you a little bit of help to get started. But even if you decide, hey, I don't have it in my budget right now, go ahead and use that 14-day trial, okay? Because once you see how that this can be done, it opens your mind up to exactly what type of empire you can build with your content. That's all I'm going to say. I've had a lot of people come to me and they're like, dang, Lorraine, like you're everywhere. Like everywhere we go online, we see you, we see your videos. That's because I am working smarter and not harder, and I'm repurposing all of my content. Now, while I'm on that subject of working smarter and not harder, I'm going to be very transparent here, because one of the other questions that I got is from Paulette Yvette Clark, and she asked, are you using the scheduling features to get ahead? No. And that's one thing that I wish I was better at, is using the scheduling features. On TikTok, I do use scheduling features occasionally. So for instance, if I know that I'm going to go on a trip, it's for 2 weeks, I know I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to post, or maybe I'm going through a busy period, it's back to school, I know I don't have a lot of time to be as visible as I'd like to be. I like to use systems and processes to fake consistency, if you will. So I will use my TikTok scheduler to go ahead and schedule, let's say 5 or 6. I mean, I've got thousands of videos at this point. I can afford to schedule 5 or 6 posts per day, 10 posts per day. And now that I also have an editing team for my TikTok shop content, I can film one day in one outfit, like this comfort set that I love so much. I'll link it in the description as well. I can film a day, maybe an hour with this, and talk about all the things and show all the different colors and stuff, send it to my editing team, and they can pump me out 30 or 40 videos. And then I'll go and I'll schedule those on TikTok shop, because you can link the products on your desktop when you're scheduling. You can also do it from your phone now, which is marvelous. I haven't used it yet, but you can also schedule it from your phone as well. So no, I'm not using the scheduling content tools on a lot of different channels. However, Repurpose.io will help you with that as well, because you can just log into one place and you can schedule content on all of the platforms from just one dashboard. Now, Sharice Knox has a question. It says, I've been tempted to post the same exact content on all 3 platforms. It appears I need to post different on YouTube. Can you advise? I've never had that problem, because I use Repurpose.io. So every time I post on a TikTok, which is my home platform, it automatically goes to YouTube Shorts. It could go to IG Reels. It could go to Facebook pages, not my profile, but a page, a Facebook page, and Snapchat, stories, all those good things, a bunch of different places. But I always start on TikTok first. And I've never had an issue with posting from one platform or another platform and then it being flagged because it's not original on YouTube Shorts. So I don't know about that part. Yeah, I've never seen that before. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more information in the comments about what exactly it's doing when you try to do that, but I'm not sure. Chris K says, what editing service are you using? Have you ever bought items from the shop in Amazon, make content, then send it back? I'm gonna answer that last question first. No. I like to shop so much that the things that I get from TikTok or Amazon, I'm in love with the product. I want that product. One thing I've found is not only through TikTok shop and Amazon, but Bendable, and I'll leave my link for you to join that below as well. You can make money just recommending products that you love. So I don't get products that I want to send back. I have products that I use every day, products that I'm going to touch all the time. One thing about it as well is that when you start selling on TikTok shop or even Amazon and reach out to the sellers and stuff, they'll send you everything you need. If you're good at TikTok shop or selling products, they're going to send you everything you need as a sample for free. Okay. So no, I don't buy stuff and then send it back after I've done a review, especially because when you buy something or you get something and you do your review on it and it turns out to go viral or it's a hit, it starts selling a lot, you're going to want to keep making videos with it. You need to keep making videos with it. That's how you create sustainable long-term income. Like I've got stuff that I sold 2 years ago that is still selling today. I haven't made a video in almost 6 or 7 months for it and I'm still getting paid off of it. It's not a whole heck of a lot, lot now because I need to load more videos into the system. But every time that product goes viral, I also get paid. So yeah, I'm not going to send it back. I'm going to keep making videos with it. All right, Joy Monique wants to know, can you consider giving a tutorial on how to get started? Also, do you use Canva and ChatGPT? I use ChatGPT a lot. I talk to her daily. That's my girl. We go together. We like this. We're best as friends. So yes, I definitely use ChatGPT. Canva, I do use, not so much. Canva is something that I'm going to want one of my VAs to use. So I do have a Canva Pro account. If you don't have a Pro account, I recommend upgrading. I'll leave an invite link in the description below. But Canva is clutch as well. It's just that I'm not a graphic design person. It slows me down. So as soon as I got to the place where I could expand my team and I could afford to, that's one of the things that I outsource. So a lot of my graphics and stuff are made on Canva, just not by me. But it's something that I definitely would recommend having, because even if you outsource it, you're going to want that in-house. You're going to want those designs be something that you own and not something that you have to go back and request, access to at a later date. So I definitely use Canva, and I definitely use in ChatGPT Pro at that. Okay. I pay for that. And then, can you give a tutorial on how to get started? That's one of the most common questions that I get, is like, how to get started. What could I do? Can you give a tutorial on that? And honestly, it's a place that I lack clarity on. Like, what do you need to get started doing? What? Get started creating content, get started doing videos, get started using ChatGPT. Like, what do you need to get started? Because really, there's not a lot to this to get started, because one thing that you're going to have to get real comfortable with, and one thing that I think makes me a successful digital marketer and a successful content creator, like this point, I'm making multiple six figures just as a content creator and more multiple six figures in my digital businesses online, is because I am heavy into the analytics. Like, I want y'all to understand how important analytics is. Analytics are just your numbers. What's the demographic that you're reaching? How many views it's not just views. That's the only demographic that a lot of people want to talk about. It's just the views. There's more to the analytics than just how many views something got. There's how many views that you got in a certain amount of time. Like, did it go viral immediately? Did it take a month? Did it take a week? Those are part of your analytics. How many people are watching? At what time? What's their average age? Are there men? Are there women? Which videos perform better than the others? What were you talking about in that video? Did people have questions? What's your engagement rate? How many comments did you get? How many likes to get? What's the ratio of those things? At what time of day do they come? These are all analytics, okay? And if you don't just start posting and you don't have those analytics, you're going to be stuck, okay? You're going to be stuck in a place where you're never going to get started. And if you do, you're going to start and you're going to stop because you feel some type of way about the performance of the video. And then once you start again, you're going to be in the exact same place because we have no analytics, okay? So the best way to get started is not to worry about what camera you have, not to worry about what lighting you have, not to worry about which platform is better. Pick the one that is most comfortable for you, the platform that is most comfortable for you, and post. It don't matter, okay? Post something. And then once we see how that video performs, then we can begin tweaking. Okay. Long story short, you want to know where you get started as far as your content. Here's a prompt for you that you can go to ChatGPT with. Okay. Go to ChatGPT. And what I want you to do is I want you to write as much about yourself as you can. Okay. If this were me, this is what I would write. ChatGPT. I am 41 years old. I am a Leo. I'm a mother to 3 daughters. I enjoy working out. I am on a GLP-1 journey right now. I teach entrepreneurs how to create content and monetize. I enjoy eating out. I enjoy traveling. Here are some of the places that I want to go. Here are some of the things that I like to do. I love to shop. I like to be comfortable. I like makeup. Here are some of my favorite brands. I don't really cook all that much. However, I am a good cook and I like to eat nice things. What are some things that I could start my TikTok channel, my YouTube channel? What are some good topics or what niches should I focus on? Once you can get you and ChatGPT on the same page and kind of narrow it down of what your niche can be, then ask it to give you some content ideas or some video ideas. Ask it to give you a script and then record. Just hit record. That's where you need to get started at. So hopefully this answers your questions. I'll leave another prompt next week to ask your questions and then the link to the YouTube video so you can go get your answers. I'm also going to leave the link in the description for this Facebook channel. It is free to join. Come in, get some of the tips that you need, and definitely work with me to increase or improve your content. I'm here for any questions. Let me know in the description if this helped. And please don't forget to like this video and also subscribe so you never miss a video update.